So I just opened Cursor. This is a totally empty folder. All I did was create a folder, open it with Cursor, and here I call it Pomodoro because that's what we're gonna build today. To start a project, I don't usually start with the agent because there's so many settings and it will probably take me longer to use the agent, and also it has some costs and you want to avoid that whenever you can. And here we're gonna start a new Next.js project. Or let's say if you really forgot about this line, what I'll do is press Command K and open this command instruction chat where you can ask basically Cursor what you want to do. Here, start a new Next.js project in this folder. And it will add that line to your terminal, and then to toggle back to your terminal, again Command K and run the command. Here we're gonna press yes to install the latest Next.js. We're gonna use TypeScript. Yes, yes, Tailwind, no, yes, TurboPack, yes, and no. Great. And now with the project installed, I will close the terminal. I'll go to app and first remove all the placeholder that usually comes with Next.js. Then I'll open back the terminal and run npm run dev. Now open the browser, and this is what we have. And now we go back to Cursor, and here we can open the agent by pressing Command I, and it usually defaults to the agent mode. Here, if you click here, you can see that there are 3 different modes. You have agent, and that usually where you go when you want Cursor to start writing some code for you. Ask, I use it when I have questions. It doesn't write code automatically for you. It is better when you have specific questions about how the codes work or what's the best practice for a certain type of thing, and those kind of things. And manual is to write code but in a more guided way. Let's say you want to add in a specific component or a specific file. Using manual, you can specify those files to make Cursor make those changes. But before adding our first prompt, a good practice is to start adding some rules for your agent. And for that, you come here in Cursor, Settings, Cursor Settings, then Rules. And here you have 2 options, the user rules, and this is if you want to apply something for all your projects. I never used it before, I never found the use case. And here are the project rules, and this is something specifically for this project. And usually what you add to the rules is if you have a specific type of naming rules or a specific way to write your code. If you want Cursor to only use ShadCN components and those kind of things. But I rarely create my rules. Most of the time what I do is to go to this amazing repo. I'll put the link in the description of the video. And big shout out to Patrick JS. Here what you're trying to do is to find rules that are more tailored for your project. And since we're working with Next.js, what I'll do is come here into new rules, then Next.js. And obviously I will recommend you to take a look, read these rules. I already did. And here you can just copy, go back to Cursor, add a new rule, and a name will be Next.js. That's it, and paste. Now we can go back to our agent and start creating our first prompt. As I mentioned before, we're going to create a Pomodoro app. That means we need a big timer in the middle, and we're going to have a play and pause button. Apart from the rules that I already have, I will add some constraints. I like using ShadCN for my new component, so I will indicate that here. And that's it. That's my prompt. Let's see what happens. One thing I didn't mention is that I am automatically selecting the model. I'm not choosing the model manually, and that's what it does by default. Here it asks me to run an npm command to install some packages. It is taking some time, to be honest. I thought it would be faster. Once it's done, you can review all changes here, and you can see that it added 6 files, and you can move file to file and start reviewing each one of them and accept each one of them. But for this example, I will just click here and accept all at once. Now let's go back to the browser. Okay, this is live. The first build got an error. So now let's go to global CSS and see what happens. Also, we can copy this error. We're probably gonna use it. I'll paste the error and see what it does. Again, I will accept all changes. Back to the browser. Still have the same error, so I will try to restart the environment, see what happens. So I'll try to fix this error first that I see here in bottom. Yeah, this is what Vive coding looks like in real life. Okay, I just did it manually. I went ahead to remove the global CSS that was causing some errors. But I mean, this is what we have. It's not the best looking Pomodoro app, but let's see if it works.